This is from a different perspective, obviously down on the ground, and you can see that massive plume of smoke in the early stages of the fire really grabbing everyone's attention tonight.
We're also getting some pictures sent in to us here. KCRA 3 insiders sending us photos to just kind of give us a better idea from different angles. This one showing, again, that huge plume of smoke. And let's show you the next picture showing just how far away the plume can be seen. Again, that smoke, as Mark and Gulston mentioned, heading toward the Folsom area. So if you live anywhere near there, you're going to be seeing some smoke in the air. Again, east of Highway 49, north of Cosumnes River. This is just north of the town of Plymouth in the Gold Beach area.
And really quick, I'm looking here in the preview monitor. We've got some close-up pictures here of what this fire looks like. If we can just show folks that, yeah, this is what Mark was talking about when the fire just runs through the grass and it hits some of those trees, and just incredibly dry this summer, like most summers, but especially so this year. And then the fire hits those trees, and then they are just like Roman candles. They just go right up in flames, creating all of that thick gray and black choking smoke.
The initial reports that we got was that there was a vehicle fire, and that may have spread to vegetation. Not confirmed yet. Obviously, they have a way to go to figure out how this thing started. Their concern right now is obviously putting some sort of perimeter on this. Fire is still burning in the grass there. We saw a couple agencies on the ground, and a lot more in the last hour flying overhead, dropping water from above. So again, as Lynn mentioned from CAL FIRE, they have all of their resources on this fire right now as it continues to grow from 4:30 this afternoon.
Well, firefighters dealing with some hot temperatures out there, obviously, and it's only going to get hotter come this weekend.
KCRA 3's Mike Lurie live out at Discovery Park. And Mike, I know you found some people who are figuring out some ways to beat the heat.
That's right, Kelly. Discovery Park is a very, very popular spot right now for boaters, swimmers, and for paddle boaters. Take a look right now at the folks behind me. That's a paddle boarding class taking place right here in Discovery Park. What a great way to cool off on a hot summer day. But if you'd like to cool off in water parks, well, in one city, your luck may be running out. 11-year-old A.J. King has the right idea for staying cool on a hot summer day at Swanston Park in Sacramento, and his mother couldn't be happier.
Because of the water, the kids can run around, parents can sit and play in the water to watch the kids play.
But it's a different story at Bridgeway Lake Splash Park in West Sacramento, where city officials are looking to pull the plug on the free water park here next Friday, August 1st, and you can blame it on the drought.
The drought's having an adverse effect, especially in the Parks Department. The park's been open approximately 10 years, and we've never experienced a closure of the spray ground yet.
The potential loss of the water park means one less place for Gloria Santana to bring her family.
This is a great place to come. We will have to find a new place. The kids enjoy themselves a lot.
This park does not use recycled water, but at Swanston Park in Sacramento, the water is recirculated and reused, allowing moms like Michelle Pearman to bring her 3 kids here all summer long.
Well, today we decided to come down here to the park, do a little splashing around in the water. We came with the school, and it's just a great way to beat the heat.
So what do kids like best about being in the water on a day like today?
Cooling off is the best thing. Getting out of the house.
And cooling off in the American River is another way to get out of the house. But remember to put the kids in life vests and use caution.
The water looks calm, but there's an undercurrent, an undertow, and there's debris.
And you're looking at live pictures now of this paddleboarding class here at Discovery Park. What a great way to cool off on a hot summer day. Reporting live from Discovery Park, Mike Lurie, KCRA 3 News.
Mike, thanks. So we've been watching this fire right here, and it is getting so dangerously close to this home here. We've been sitting here just kind of holding our breath. You hope that there's no one inside, but this is the fire we've been watching north of Plymouth, and a house. You can see flames under the deck there, Gulston.
Yeah, it appears to be a cabin, and it again appears that nobody is there. We haven't seen anybody around the perimeter of this lot here, but you can see now the fire is on both sides of the cabin as we pull out, and the wind is pushing that fire ever so close to that cabin there, which is I can't tell exactly what road this is near, but looks like they're not going to be able to get to that cabin in time.
The flames have just been huge down the hill, and as Lynn talked about this with CAL FIRE, it just catches those trees. It has been so hot and dry out there today. Mark talked about the wind a little bit, but Mark, you said not a whole lot to push this fire in different directions, but this is close.
Yeah, well, it just has enough wind just to give this some forward progress, and then obviously we have the terrain here too. You can see that it's burning up the hill as Dave pulls out here. Sometimes on television the perspective kind of gets lost here, but there is a pretty good slope that is burning up right now, because keep in mind this thing is burning right in the canyon along the Cosumnes River, so that thing is just going right up the slope, and that also helps to give it more forward momentum as well. And now it appears as though that cabin, it may have been, well, is that it right there?
That looks like a second home.
That could be a second. Yeah, that is a different home
of some sort out there. Yeah, they said it's a pretty remote area, but obviously there's some structures out there.
Yeah, there are homes dotted in here along some of these dirt roads. There aren't major roads at least in the immediate area this is burning, but because it is kind of steep terrain, this isn't the area where you easily build. But so there are some homes in here, and yeah, we're just hoping that everybody is able to get out of here. We did hear earlier from Lynn about some of the some roads being evacuated or getting ready to be evacuated, and maybe these are the areas she was talking about.
Yeah, they were talking about Sand Ridge Road there, Mark, and that was at least the initial word of evacuation. But just look at the puffs of smoke on the front edge of that fire, and down at the bottom you can see some white smoke coming up right there as some fresh fuel is burned. And the fire just looks like it is continuing to eat its way up that slope, Mark.
Absolutely, and that's what I said. You just kind of get more of the forward progress. It's not that we have a lot of wind out there; it's around 5 to 8 miles an hour. But considering the rugged terrain as well as the amount of fuel that's out there, this thing just has this thing could run quite a ways. There is a lot of fuel out there, and even though it's not all that windy, I do think the CAL FIRE is going to have their hands full with this.
Look at that. That is just devastating for whoever owns this house. Again, we hope that no one's inside. Dave Allen up in Live Copter 3, you have quite the perspective today.
Yeah, this is quite the perspective. Unfortunately, we did see the flames heading for this house. We saw was probably some other structures lower go up a little bit earlier, as I saw some real black smoke coming up that kind of keyed us in on this. But it looks like several structures are going to be in danger, and we'll probably lose several as this fire progresses. Back to you.
Yeah, and what is just so, I don't know what the word is, but just so incredible to watch here and breathtaking is just how fast it goes up. I mean,
so dry out there, I think,
That is just hard to watch.
Dave Allen, if you can hear me, is this on the, I'm trying to figure out the location of this house and the other homes that were around there. Is this on the north side or the south side of the river? Can you tell?
This is on the west flank of the fire.
Gonna come to our house really soon.
Correction, east of the river, as everything is blowing east and up the slope.
Okay.
Well, you can see
that black smoke right there.
There's, as Mark mentioned, some
that black smoke's gonna come here in 1 hour or something.
Firefighters don't get to this pretty soon. We might catch the next one. I mean, it's close.
Yeah, so that house is a total loss. What's that? Go ahead, Dave.
I believe we're encroaching on a second structure. The first structure fully involved now, and I think we're encroaching on another structure. You can see the helicopters approaching that to try to get a perimeter set up around that and get ahead of this fire on the left flank.
Yeah, it looks like that is their plan of attack, getting ready to dump some water right there to try to stop the forward progress of the fire toward those